What's up, YouTube? We doing a quick video on installing some HIDs on a 2004 Suzuki Hayabusa GSXR 1300 or whatever. It's not a very hard project. It's a relatively easy project to do. Minimum tools needed to do it. Alright, what we need, ratchet, socket set, wrench, Allen wrenches, and some lock ties, and 3M tape maybe if you want to tape it down with 3M tape. Just whatever you want to do. If you got a mount bracket, you might need to get a different type of socket size, but 10 millimeters what I have to remove the gauge cluster, and the wrench right here is used to remove the bolt from the windscreen, and of course the Allen wrench right here to remove the panel bolts. Alright, here we go. I've skipped a lot of the disassembly portion of it to try to make the video a little bit shorter. You know, you have panels that are here and on this side. They're relatively easy to take off. You're gonna have a bolt here and a bolt, you know, there it is under there. There it is under there, and you're gonna have one right here that you have to remove. And also for your windscreen, I have two, one on this side, one on that side. Move those two. You know, that'll get that windscreen off. It just slips out. Real easy to do that. You know, so do that, and you'll get to this step here, and which is removing the gauge cluster. And removing the gauge cluster is real easy as well. You have two bolts, one on this side and one on the opposite side down there. That's it, down there. Remove those two bolts, and you'll be able to remove your cluster and get to your bulbs. I already, you know, loosen them up. Gotta get them out now, which is kind of difficult doing it one-handed. Yeah, get the bolts out. Now, once you get the bolts out, you're just gonna flip your gauge cluster up. Oh, forgot to get that bolt out. It's getting difficult. Come on out there. There it goes. Got the bolt out. Alright, once you get your bolts out, you can move your, see how you can move your gauge cluster. Alright, now it has two push pins, one up here on this side and one on the opposite side. Okay, you want to kind of give it a little pull up here, pull it off those push pins, pull those push pins out rather. See, pops out. Alright, just a little bit of force to get it moved out of the way. Alright, now we got the gauge cluster removed, and we're going to be doing the low beam, which is that one right there. Alright, move this wire out of the way. That's our low beam, that's what we're going to be changing out. Alright, now go ahead and get my HID kit, show you what it is. Alright, HID kit's right here. Here's the ballast right there, and the bulb is right here. That's our bulb and ballast. Alright, I'm not going to get into which kit to get, man, because there's a million of these kits out there. There's so many to pick from, man. So, you know, research it and get something you feel comfortable with. Alright. Now, I'm gonna also recommend that you get some rubber gloves to handle the new bulb with as well, and because oil from your hands will, decrease the life of the bulb. So I also recommend getting those. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take out the bulb down here. Let me get some gloves. Hold on. All right. Had to go get rubber gloves, and also I forgot my small Phillips head screwdriver. All right. Now we're looking at the low beam, which is at the top on the boosters, Hayabusas. The high beam is at the bottom. So we're gonna just change out the low beam, and all you do, we're gonna take out, put my screwdriver down, take out the plug, which I already did. Like I said, I'm doing this to save time. It just pulls off. Just pulls off. You don't have to like press anywhere in particular to get it off. It just pulls off. And this right here is a rubber grommet that just pulls off as well. You just grab it and pull, and it comes off. Alright. Now you got there's the bulb right there. Alright, see if I can get that out of the way. Stay out of the way, please. Stay out of the way. Alright, forget it. It's not going to stay out of the way. Alright, now to get the bulb out, you need to release the clip. You see the white? That's the clip that holds the bulb in place. Alright, and you see that screw on the side. Take that out, and it'll release the clip. Alright, so let's do that. Get that out, and then you can remove the low beam bulb. Okay, and all you do is just pull it straight out once you get that spring clip off. Okay, real simple. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I didn't do that just to show you where it was. Alright, so do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, back. All I did was loosen that screw up that I showed you. Loosen it up some so you can get the clip off a lot easier. I find it easier to do it that way than to try to pry it off, especially if it's your first time doing this. Okay, I find that's a lot easier. Get you a small screwdriver and just Phillips head screwdriver and just loosen it up some, and it'll pop. The spring is holding tension on it, so as you're loosening it, you can see it trying to work its way off. Alright, and as you can see, since that spring is off, this bulb is just hanging loose, and all you got to do is pull that bulb out. See, there we go. There's your low beam right there. Alright, now let's get the new HID bulb and get it ready to get installed. Alright, we got the HID bulb out the case, and it just screws off. You hold the base of the case and twist it. You can see the screws in it. It just screws off. Now on this model HID on the booster, you got to have this spacer on there. Okay, and what you want to do is feed the wires through this space right here, and you'll have the spacer on there. Alright, now we just got that prepared, and we're ready to go ahead and get this set up and put on the bike. Alright, so let's go do that. Okay, got the flashlight. Alright, as you can see, we have the new HID bulb, and got it installed. Now, that spacer right there, depending on your kit, it may be one of the universal type spacers. So don't freak out if it doesn't fit in there properly. Okay, so you can easily modify the spacer and get it to fit. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about by modifying it real quick. Alright, let's see. Let me get the old bulb. Hold on a second. Alright, this is the spacer from the old bulb right here. And as you can see, it looks just like the put the old bulb down. Alright, this is the spacer from the old bulb. And it looks just like the spacer that comes with the kit. And if your kit doesn't come with the spacer, you're gonna have to get one of these to install it on there. There's no way around it. Alright, so you had to look online and get a 87 HID spacer. Alright, anyhow, this is the old bulb spacer. Now, to modify the spacer that came with the kit, get my flashlight again. Alright, just put the flashlight down there so it'll shine kind of on it. Alright, now to modify the spacer that came with the kit to be like this spacer, it's a couple ways you can do it, man. You can get a Dremel tool, and what you want to do is, you see the basic shape of this, that right there, you want to modify the spacer that came with the kit so it'll be this shaped. Alright, so it'll fit in your housing. And if you don't have a Dremel, you can use a file, a regular metal file, or a Dremel tool. Anyhow, just shave away at it and get it to get the shape just like that. Alright, once you do that, it'll fit in place. And I think a lot of the HID kits come with the universal 8/7 spacer, so you're gonna probably have to do that. Alright, it's no big problem, no big deal. So don't freak out if you try to put your spacer straight in the housing and it doesn't fit. Okay, so just tweak it and get it to fit. Alright, now once we got that done, time to start hooking up wiring. Alright, now next thing you want to try to do, you want to find a place to mount your ballast. And I'm thinking I'm going to mount mine on the air tube. This is the air tube right here, ram air tube. I'm going to mount it right here on the air tube, and I'm going to plumb the wiring along the side of that. Alright, and we're going to get some lock ties and tie it down in place. Okay, but before you do that, remember that little rubber grommet? Yeah, this little bad boy here. Don't hook your wires up before you put the grommet on. It won't work. So feed your wires through the grommet and put your grommet back into place, and then you'll be ready to connect your wiring. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and feed the grommet through and get the grommet back on, and we'll go ahead and I'll show you how I'm gonna mount up the ballast. Alright, we got the grommet back into place. Fed all the wires through the opening of the grommet. Got it, back on, installed. No biggie. Alright, now it's time to run the wires, and that's not a big issue, running the wires. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock tie the wires in place so they won't be just hanging and just in the way. I'm going to, can't get a good view of it, but I'm gonna lock tie it to the framework right there, and since it's stationary, I'm gonna be sure that it's not gonna move. Don't want to lock tie it to your fork. Alright, just in case you didn't know that. Anyhow, now to go ahead and prep the surface, man, you can wipe it off with some kind of cleaner. If you don't have a cleaner, man, just plain water will work. You just want to get it as clean as possible, man, for your putting your ballast in place. And I'm going to use some 3M tape on the back side of the ballast. I'm going to put it right there. Alright, and once I get it put there, this is a matter of plugging up stuff and then being done. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and prep it, man. I got a little alcohol pad I'm going to use. If you don't have one, like I said, you can use any type cleaner, or like I said, just plain water will work, man. Just wipe it off good as you can and get it dry, and get that ballast stuck on there. Alright, and once I get through, I'm gonna show you the finished product. Alright, we got everything in place. Got the wires, and you can see I cable tied the normal plug that used to be on the old bulb. I cable tied it up along with the other wiring right there. Not tight, just enough to hold it in place so it won't bounce around as much. And also I did the cable tie on the wires right here for the HIDs. Again, like I said, I didn't do it very tightly. You can look at it and see. Let's see if I can get my light to stay still so you can see it. Alright, hold the light with this hand, and you can see this isn't tight at all, so you won't be chafing or rubbing anything like that. This is just to hold the wires in place and out the way. And I got the ballast tape down with some 3M, not 3M, but it's some type 3M tape, and you can see that's not going anywhere. Alright, and if you don't feel comfortable, doing it like that, you can lock tie this one, cable tie this one down as well. It's just however you want to do it, man. But I find that the two-sided tape works really well. Alright, now if you don't feel comfortable leaving your plug out like that, you can wrap it up in some plastic or whatever, but yeah, I'm alright with it. Alright, now once you have it hooked up, go ahead and get the bike key, turn it on, and see if it works. Get my old key out, and we have light. Alright, got some troubleshooting stuff, man. If you turn your bike on and it doesn't work, switch to polarity. Alright, swap those out right there. You see them? Make sure you got them plugged into the right place. Okay, just switch up the lines right here that go into the old plug. See it right there? Oh man, let me get my hand up in there. It's hard to show you. Alright, oops. Stupid flashlight. Flashlight don't want to stay still. Alright, if it's not working, that's the old plug. Switch up the polarity on it, Unplug the wires, plug it in a different place. Duh. Alright guys, once you do that, man, just batten it back down and go out and adjust it. It's easier to adjust it at night than it is in the daytime, and I'm gonna put up a video on how to adjust the lights in a little bit. Alright, so before you start buttoning it back down, you want to adjust it. Alright.